All right, oh my God, technical stuff. I don't like working with technology, but I am in the industry. All right, I think we're live now. All right, let's do that, guys. Okay, we're live now. We are, we got a couple of people in the house. Yvonne, Rick, Matt, good to see you guys. I wanted to put this together. Maybe it could be just a 1 day training. It could be a 2, 3 days training. I don't know, honestly. We'll see how it goes today. I was just planning to do something with a lot of changes happening and all that. So if you're in the chat or if you are watching the live stream live, give me a put something in the chat that I know. Are you like, what are you struggling right now with SEO, with your business, things like that? Is it ranking? Is it trying to get clients? Is it fulfilling? Just so I get an idea. But I'm going to jump into what I want to cover today, which is basically reverse engineering Google's algorithm, stuff like that. So I'm going to just get started, share my screen, and let's go. And if you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you have, let me move a couple of things around here. If you have anything you want to ask, put it in the chat. But I would really appreciate if you can mention in the chat what you guys are struggling with, if at all. Okay, so Rick says he's struggling to find an address to use for GBP. Okay, all right, we'll get through all that. All right, so okay, put in the chat. Yeah, absolutely, would love to know more about that. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about today, and this could be just a half an hour training today, but maybe we could do half an hour to 45 minutes every day for the next 2, 3 days. I want to really see if I can provide value for Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving is a week away, but here is what I want to talk to you about, right? Getting under Google's hood, reverse engineering Google algorithm. Things are changing so much. It's just sometimes feels like we're drinking off of a fire hose. So I want to see if I can put some context around that, some structure around that. Okay. Yvonne says, looking to keep up to date on the latest in SEO ranking with AI. Yes, top concern. Yes, you're right. Good point, Yvonne. And though I published a video yesterday in my YouTube channel about ranking AEO, answer engine optimization. You may want to check it out. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. Right? Some of you know me. Some of you may not know me. I don't want to take a lot of time just going over all this, right? But what I want to mention is it's been about 11 years since I got into search engine optimization, right? And in 11 years, I've seen a lot. We've every year, pretty much, Google changes its algorithm, website starts stanking, a website starts ranking, rankings get lost, right? And people are always panicking. And so initially, I started realizing, hey, man, I can't just depend on, of course, we want to learn from everyone. But in this industry, there's a lot of these snake oil salesmen, if you will. They're so good at packaging stuff and selling it, and may not be the best when it comes to ranking, reverse engineering, Google, things like that. All right. So what I started to do was I started to see, okay, I'm going to learn from whoever I can, absolutely. But if I can figure out a way to reverse engineer stuff, okay, and test these different, every time Google changes its algorithm, test it out, I was like, maybe I can get on top of it. So that's what I started to do, right? And so over a period of time, I started, we put up a lot of websites, and then because I have a Facebook group, my Facebook group started to grow, and I got a lot of people reaching out and saying, hey, I got this website, it was ranking, it went down, can you take a look at it? I noticed this pattern, can you take a look at it, right? And so just over time, I started to see patterns, if you will, on what Google is doing and things like that. So over time, I became pretty decent at reverse engineering what Google wants, and I will test different things out, right, in my own personal websites, right? And if it went up in ranking, I'll be like, okay, what did I do? Because it went up. Or if it did not go up in ranking, I'll be like, what did I do? It did not go up, right? It went down. And so started seeing patterns, right? It was really, that's what I started doing. And so I want to go over what that I do, my thought process, things like that. Make sure if you're not in the Facebook group, join this Facebook group. Slowly, we're going to be moving from the Facebook group to a free school community. Of course, we have a paid school community and a mastermind, but I want to move from Facebook group to a school community, because the Facebook group, though we have almost 11,000 members, it doesn't reach everybody, right? And so we're looking to move into that maybe by end of the month, next month, stuff like that. But if you want to get rankings like this, okay, literally this is a personal injury. I don't know if you can see this, personal injury attorney, okay, Phoenix personal injury attorney keyword, right? You can see we were testing out a few things. One of my ranking clients, okay, it was a dip and all that, and then boom, it went up and then just sticking. Okay, this is the map pack, right? The number of searches, and I mean this is the organic results. Sorry, 3 and 5 in the organic results for Phoenix personal injury lawyer, Phoenix. So these are heavy duty keywords, right? And this is all related to that. And this is the volume. This is Google organic results. And then this one here on the last column that says Google local is the map pack. Okay. So if you know what you're doing, it is literally like you can get some crazy results like this. I don't want to go into all this, right? It's just some of my screenshots I took from my clients, some success stories, right? Eventually, the goal is to be able to lead. Okay, 15, 28, 45, you get the idea, right? If a client or your website is seeing a progressive improvement in not just rankings, but also calls coming in, leads coming in, right? That's what we want to do, right? So this is just the first stuff. Hopefully 3 days. I'll see if I can do it today, tomorrow, and Friday. But I want to start with something today, which is basically this one here, okay? Google can change its algorithm, but it cannot hide what it favors currently. Okay? Guys, make sure you please mute yourselves, guys, right? So what I mean by that is, okay, every time there's a Google update that happens, I know people panic and people are like, oh my God, my rankings went down, what's happening? And every other SEO industry guru is like, this is what is happening, that is what is happening. But all I do is, hey, you have to understand this. If Google, anytime it changes its algorithm, but it cannot hide what it favors currently. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say I just go personal injury lawyer Orlando, right? For whatever reason, let's say my website went from ranking on page 1 to ranking on page 7. Okay, all right, okay, whatever happened. Now, I don't have to, yeah, we're going to all panic and like, oh my God, the Google changes algorithm, whatever. But literally, all you want to do, and this is all I do, honestly, is I go to the page 1 of Google for these keywords, okay? My keywords, which maybe, you know, my clients, but also these very, how do I say, heavy duty, high competitive keywords, right? Let's say personal injury lawyer, okay? Very competitive, right? And I find out, why is this guy ranking? Why is this guy ranking? Why is this guy ranking? So I open a couple of these websites, right? And I literally see, what does this guy have right now that is ranking on the top of Google? Okay, when I say what does he have right now, I go over all his on page, I go over all his off page, I see what my website does not have that he has, and I try to then start putting stuff that he has that I don't have on my website, on my client's website, how I want to see, and we see how it goes up. Does that make sense? Right? So as an example, one of the first things I notice is, okay, I'm looking for the keyword personal injury lawyer Orlando. This guy's got Orlando and injury in his URL, right? Keyword in the URL. I've been preaching it for the last 10 years now. That can never change because Google is a bot, right? End of the day, when Google lands on your website, how does it know where to get relevance from? OrlandoInjury.com, right? The keyword has to be in the URL. So Google says, okay, something to do with Orlando, something to do with injury, right? Then it comes to the title tag. What's the keyword? Like if this one says tomlawyer.com, Google will be like, okay, something about Tom and he's a lawyer, but should I rank him in Orlando? Should I rank him in Dallas? Should I rank him for personal injury? Should I rank him in for divorce lawyer? Google doesn't know, right? So then it goes to the title tag, right? Write this down, guys, right? What you do or what you put on the web page tells Google what to rank for, right? And what you do outside the web page tells Google how high to rank you for. Does that make sense, right? So what you do on the web page, basically your on-page optimization, right? So all I do is anytime Google changes the algorithm, I'm going to look at the top guys and see, okay, what kind of keywords do they have in the title tag? Okay, H1, H2, okay, keyword density, okay, how many times they have personal injury lawyer Orlando in their homepage that's ranking, right? If they have 1,000 words, 10,000 words, okay, what's the keyword density, the ratio of keywords in that so many words, right? How many pages does this guy have, right? He probably has a ton of pages, okay? He's only got 30 pages, right? So he's got 30 pages, he's ranking over here. Chances are high because he's got Orlando injury right there. Does that make sense? Okay. But so I will take a look at him. I will take a look at the other guys, everybody who's ranking. But then I will also go to Ahrefs or SEMrush or something like that, right? And then I would look into all the backlinks that he has. And I'm going to walk over all that, right? Walk through all that. The backlinks he has that I don't have, the anchor text, all of that. So as an example, if I put this guy over here, just as an example, right? He's got 1,100 backlinks. He's ranking for so many keywords, right? 77 domains. So I'm going to open his backlink profile. Here we go. I'm going to open his anchor text. Okay, both of those, right? And I'm going to see backlinks. What kind of backlinks does he have, right? He's got citations, yellow pages, expertise, all directory listings. Okay. He's got some SEO stuff. Okay. Here is what I'm noticing. Almost all the backlinks have in their URL or title tag have Florida or personal injury, malpractice, something related to that. Does that make sense? So one of the first things I want you guys to understand is this one here. What you do on your web page tells Google what to rank you for. If your homepage is cats and dogs of Michigan.com, Google's going to be like, I should rank this for cats and dogs, right? That's part of the equation ranking factor, right? Ranking signals. But along with the on-page, if all the backlinks, the anchor text, the websites linking to you, the backlinks are all about cats and dogs, chances are high you're going to rank for cats and dogs. But if it's all about personal injury lawyer and Florida and Orlando, you get the idea, right? So what you link to your website tells Google how high to rank you for, right? So backlinks are important. Okay, I'm going to go through all of that, right? All those types of backlinks and all that. But I want you guys to understand my thought process. When I'm looking into the backlinks, I am looking into what kind of anchor text, right? What kind of keywords does these backlinks that are linking to him have? Almost every backlink, whether it's a directory site, whether it's a real big website like this guy here, right? They all have personal injury lawyer Orlando, and they're linking to him. Make sense? So that's going to be a factor. So I'm going to see, okay, my backlinks that are linking to me, right? But my website that tanked, okay, what does that not have that this guy who's ranking high has? Does that make sense? Right? So I'm going to start taking a note of that. So number one, I'm going to take a look at all the on-page factors, right? Keyword in the URL, keyword in the title tag, variations of that in the H1, H2. What does the top ranking guy like this guy have that I don't have, right? Keyword density, how many words of content does he have, right? 1,500 words, 2,000 words. Keyword density is, okay, my main keyword, personal injury lawyer, Orlando, how many times is he using that? So I would just go and do personal injury, come on, right? Injury Okay, lawyer, right? He's got that once. Okay, does he have attorney? He's got that twice. You get the idea, right? And then how many times has he used Orlando? Okay, 14 times. You get the idea. Okay, how many pages does he have? So I want to look at all kinds of on page. Then I'm going to look at the backlinks that he has that I don't have. How many citations does he have that I don't have? More importantly, these citations, do I look at it, they all have the keyword in the title tag or the URL, almost most of them. Then I would go to the anchor text, right? Out of the 77 domains linking, more than half has the url.com as anchor text. Then the most number of the backlinks has a generic visit website as the anchor text. Then Orlando, you get the idea, right? I do not see anybody that has my exact main keyword I'm looking for, personal injury lawyer Orlando, as an anchor text. So that tells me, okay, maybe this latest Google update, right? If you put your main keyword as an anchor text, personal injury lawyer, that can become over-optimized fast. Does that make sense? I know Vic is right here. I think it's the same Victor who's in the mastermind. And he mentioned that, or maybe it was Jeff, that one of his client sites, I think it was Jeff, went down, tanked, and because he thinks he's done a lot of he's over-optimized the anchor text because almost a lot of the PBNs he linked to has personal injury lawyer or his main keyword is the anchor text. Does that make sense? So I start looking into it and then I say, okay, maybe I have personal injury lawyer anchor text too many times. The top guy who's ranking does not have any this at all, right? So maybe I should dilute it. Okay. Let's take another example, right? Let's take AC repair. Give me a very competitive keyword. Instead of me picking one, somebody here give me a competitive keyword that maybe you're trying to rank for, or you want me to look into, or maybe your rankings went down, and I'm going to do live, okay, what I would do to figure out what you need to do to look into how to, okay, massage DC. All right, massage DC, right? Who says that? Yuan says massage DC. All right. Right? Yuan obviously has a website in massage that may not be ranking. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the top guy, 1, 2, 3 guys, right? Let's just take this guy. Okay. And I'm going to put it over here. Okay. I'm going to put him over here. Okay. But first things I'm going to do is I'm going to look into the on-page optimization, right? This guy is ranking even without DC in the URL or over here, which is awesome, right? How much content does he have? Not too much. This is not really a competitive keyword, right? But here is that's how you want to look into it, okay? How many pages does he have? You want to find everything they have and you want to do more of those, okay? He's got a lot of pages. You see that? So one thing we know Google looks is the more content you have, the more authority you are. Okay, so you want to build out as he's got at least 70 pages. You see that, right? So does your website have that or more? Do you have to have more than 70? May not be, but it's a factor. So why not do it? Does that make sense, right? Then I would go to the backlinks, right? Okay, Washington. This is like a pretty big website. This one, Washingtonian, right? Wellness, Georgetown, DC. He's got backlinks that are pretty powerful. Domain authority is 60. You see that, right? This looks like some kind of related to that city, Georgetown, Washington. You get the idea, right? Everything's got Best Spa in DC. Okay, wellness, right? Wellness, you get the idea. Okay, wow, Washington, DC. He's ranking for Washington, DC, even though he doesn't have Washington, DC in his title tag or URL, because that's the thing, right? We found this. We found he's got so many good websites that are linking to him that's got Washington, DC in the URL or keyword. Okay, let's take a look at anchor text. Again, this is what we're always seeing. You don't have to say massage DC or massage in Washington, DC as an anchor text. If you do your on-page right and get some good backlinks, and the backlinks are relevant, we'll talk more about that. That's going to help you rank. Like this guy, 67 domains that are linking have have a URL as the anchor text. You see that? Nobody even talks about this, guys. Honest to God, right? If you understand this, all you have to do now is, okay, let me find websites that have Washington, D.C. in the URL or title tag, or I can buy PBNs that are powerful, make them relevant to Washington, D.C. I show them inside my paid community, right? And then just link them to this, and it's going to help you. You see that? Let's see how many domains, websites are linking to this guy that has an anchor text massage in DC. Do you see any at all? Book a relaxing massage. It doesn't say massage in DC. None. See that? Gay massage. One that's also not an exact match. It's a partial match, gay massage. Does that make sense? So what we are seeing right now is if you have your anchor text that has the exact keyword you're looking to rank for, that's over optimizing. Okay. You want to play around the URL and the title tag and the relevance of the backlinks that you're linking to. Make sense? So let's do this, guys. I'm going to put together a structured way we're going to do this. So today, 11 o'clock. Let's see, tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Friday, 11 o'clock, okay? Eastern time. Let's do this. Let's do weekly, every day, 3 days of coaching or training or whatever you want to do. And you're welcome to bring your websites. We're going to reverse engineer. So you understand how you should reverse engineer anytime and figure out what you want to rank for. Does that make sense? Give me a 1 in the chat, or if you're watching in the YouTube, give me a 1 so it makes sense so I can take I know that. Okay, let's see. Okay, all right, thank you guys. Daniel says 1, Rick says 1. Okay, so does anybody here have anything you have any questions on that? Any comments, anything that I can answer right now? If not, from tomorrow, 11 a.m., we're going to do some, maybe 3 days today, tomorrow, Friday, maybe 3 days this week and 3 days next week, okay? I want to provide as much value as I can so you understand what you need to do to be able to reverse engineer and take it to the next level. Cool? Any questions on this? Comments? Anything, guys? Anybody? Very clear. All right, thank you. All right, so let's do that. Was this for working with a client that has a site? Could be a client that has a site. It could be your website. Doesn't matter. I want to show you, make sure you understand what you need to do to reverse engineer and figure out why somebody is ranking on the top, and then you do the same thing or something similar and see how you can rank on the top too. That's what you want to go after. Johan says very helpful points about not over optimizing. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Got it, Rick. Okay. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. I know I didn't announce this in the Facebook group because here's the thing, guys. If anybody also knows, I'm going to share my screen one last time. So we have a Facebook group. You guys all know that. Anytime I post anything in the Facebook group, even though we have, let's see, we got, come on, computer. We have 11,000 or so members, right? Literally, okay, if you just take this, right, it only reaches 500, 600 people. I have no idea why, right? So we're moving to a free school community. I'm just putting that together now. Let me see if I can bring it up. Right, this is a free school community, which I'm going to be bringing this. I got some rank and rent stuff, okay, all stuff. I got some maps ranking that we are putting in. We have SEO, we got AI and automation, like literally good stuff. We have a paid community, but I'm moving the free Facebook group also to a free school community because we want to see, hey, we're going to put the foundation right now so that we have the foundation to take it to the next level in 2026. Make sense? Cool. Awesome, guys. So tomorrow, 11 a.m., we'll continue. Bring your questions. Bring any websites, keywords you want me to take a look at. Let's all get good at this so we can all grow 2026, guys. Cool. See you tomorrow.